Hi and welcome back. We're living in very strange times at the moment with this lockdown, only allowed out for exercise and essential things like getting our food. So just remember the government line, stay home, protect the NHS, save lives. Anyway, aside from that, I'm stuck at home. My work is now finished for the foreseeable future. I'm all fine. I'm out running for my daily exercise on a regular basis, or going for walks, or sitting on the turbo trainer. But in the meantime, I've done a few mods to the car. One of the first mods I've done just recently was fitting a outside and inside temperature gauge. It's not exactly small, it's not exactly discreet, but it's more in keeping with the rest of the car than anything else that I've come across so far. It's got a more or less chrome bezel. It's got blue LEDs which dim when the lights are switched on. Well, actually, I couldn't work out how to dim them. I didn't want to cut into the wiring, so they actually are dimmed permanently, which is perfectly fine because they're perfectly bright enough during the day. I haven't tried it during the night for a very good reason. We're not allowed out. That's the size, and that's the cable going down behind the dash. One of the sensors goes through that, like give or take, and through into the bonnet area. The other one goes under the dash and comes out down in the corner there. Not quite finished tidying it up, and there is the fuse box there. There is the general view. It's not too bad. That was the first mod. That took quite a lot of effort fixing that in because I had to find power, find an earth. I took a feed off the fuse box so that I could dim the lights. They're dimmed permanently, as I said a moment ago, but that's better than being bright LED all night long as well. Because it's internal and external, I ran the internal around the wiring loom behind the heater, and it's just down at floor level on the passenger side for the sensor, and the external sensor in the front of the motor bay. It seems to work quite well. The pod that it is mounted in is fixed down with 3M tape, and it has a bezel which can rotate slightly to stop the light from shining on the display. It's probably one of the best ones I've seen so far. So it's powered by the car, there's no batteries to think about, and it only comes on when the car is switched on. So that will do me fine. I've changed the reversing lights from the incandescent light bulbs, and I've changed them to LEDs. They seem to be an awful lot brighter than the originals. I forgot to take a picture of the originals. I've not tested them in the night time. Alright, okay, so to take this rear cluster off, this large screwdriver head, 1, 2, 3, and then we have to unclip this. Okay, so that's the electrics unclipped. Now I just need to undo the 3 nuts. Okay, so here's the light unit. It's now out. This is the reversing light up here, and this is the LED I'm using for the reversing light. I replaced the incandescent bulbs on the tailgate. There's 2 of them on each side, so 4 in total, with LEDs, but I was getting bleed through into the reversing lights when they were on, which meant I was showing a white light to the rear, which I was not happy with, and is, well, it's illegal. So I've had to put the old incandescent bulbs back. Plus they looked very orange and I wasn't happy with the colour. I actually prefer the red of the originals. Maybe it's the design of the clusters. They don't seem to be optimised for LEDs. All finished. So those are the few mods that I've done to the car. The temperature gauge, changing the reversing lights. I've also cut a small slot in the rubber rear mat in the boot liner and passed the loop handle through it to make it a lot easier, because it was always very difficult to open the boot, get underneath it, and every time you did so the boot liner moved out of place. Well, this should hold it in place. I've just cut a small slit in the boot liner, just there, because it's in a funny place. So when you pull it up, everything just stays in place, so it doesn't slide and move position and get trapped, which is what it was doing beforehand. I don't know why MG don't do that in the first place, provide it with a little slot. That's my mods to the car that I've done just in the last couple of days. So thank you for watching. Speak to you again soon.